When I start something, I am really not sure how it will work, but that's how I learn. I learn things by doing. And today I want to talk about this idea of doing things before you actually are fully prepared and how AI helps a lot in this process nowadays. And I will remember you guys about something that I said in a recent video is that this week, actually last week, because this is Sunday already, and in the Sunday the week changes for me. It is the first day, not Monday, I guess. And so last week I went to the gym that I practiced jiu-jitsu, but it was not to train. It was to build a script that was locked because I built the script because I had to get data that was locked behind black box, and the black box thing was the turnstile that held the member data, the data of each member that got into the gym at uh, every day. And the problem is that it was reachable only by their own network, so I had to be there in person. And one thing that this video idea came from a text that I read from Shane Parrish, and he was talking about the value of probabilistic thinking, and one of the points that caught my attention was this one about waiting to be sure, because he says that you will never have full certainty up front, so you only need a bet good enough to move. And most people wait to be sure before they start. And for me, it was the first time I would do a script like that and be actually working in programming in person with the client looking at me. And what I knew is that the data lived inside the turnstile. It was reachable only on their LAN because I tried to connect it from my home, from my office. And I also had interviewed them 2 days before going there. So they showed me how their system worked, and I had a vague idea that how it worked, and I bet on this vague idea. I bet in knowing that I could figure out the how, because even having never done it before, I usually try to experiment things, and if I failed, I would learn from the process. And the thing is, by hand, it was almost impossible because you have to be exporting uh, every time, like a lot of times in the same day to get all the data. If you wanted to be it if you wanted it to be really in real time, and if I wanted to code that by hand, I thought that I would have to simulate a person clicking, and that would be manual and repetitive, and as I said, it is almost impossible to do it, uh, to export it manually every day. But I used AI to work, and I had a plan, but AI understood how every request from the system worked. And then it wired the bridge, and with AI, it was a lot faster. So something that would take me a couple hours to code, AI, because it was my first time, so I'm being realistic. Uh, I would not think that I would work it and be done in under an hour if I never did that. So AI made it a lot faster because it worked in a way that I even did not predict. And one other thing that I want to connect with AI is that nowadays, when you make a mistake, when you are trying and you are wrong, it is really cheap. You will lose less time, and maybe you will lose more money, but AI makes things a lot faster to learn. So the trying costs almost nothing nowadays, because when a wrong attempt is cheap and fast, you can afford to bet that you'll figure it out, and that is what changed. So let's say that if I had to go to another city to try, and it would take me hours to ride, so it would cost a lot more to be wrong, to go there to the gym and not be able to actually get the data the way I wanted. But it was only a like 10-minute walk from my house. I was there with my brother in his motorcycle, so it was really fast. And if it did not work, I would I actually took my notebook there, so if I wanted to search for something, I could. So there was no problem in being wrong at that time. And that's actually how I learn. I learn by doing, as I said in the opening of this video. And usually without being fully prepared at first, but I knew that I could put it off based on past experience because I've done things like this, not specifically with a turnstile in a gym, but things that I had to pull it off without being prepared. So that's kind of a skill that I've been developing for some years already. And the point that I want to say to you, if you want to get a lesson from this video, is that you don't need to be sure. You just need to start, and then from there you will actually begin learning. And with AI, it will enhance your learning, as I always say. And this is the video that sparked this is actually the article that actually sparked my video, and the link will be in the description. And for the ones that stayed until the end of this video, I am recording right now minutes before going to the mass. Yes, it will start in 10 minutes, but the church is really near my house. But this should have gone up at noon. I should have recorded yesterday, but I was too tired to work, so I chose to rest yesterday. But I got a little bit of insomnia, so I was not able to sleep this night, and I got almost nothing done for most of the day. But in the end of the afternoon, I got the I was getting rest to go to mass, and I got motivated, and I had to record this video. So that's it for today. See you guys in another video.